I've been asked to help resist two more mosque planning applications, one in Bedford again and a new one in Harrogate. Now the Bedford one is the return of an application that I defeated 2 months ago, and they've now reapplied. Now I did the video about busting that application on the 31st of October. That's the video, a 1-1 in Bedford. So that one, bear with me. Now in summary, what that's about is a Greek taverna. If you see that taverna there, that is 6,500 square foot of premises, and supposedly that is to accommodate 50 to 200 people for Friday prayers, even though a site of that size could accommodate, I reckon, 400 to 500 people comfortably, and zero parking right on that roundabout, that big roundabout with about 5 roads coming off it. That is an arterial route, and I want to show you that application that I defeated. Proposed change of use to place of worship and community centre, and it's always a community centre, and now they've come back again with another application, proposed change of use to place of worship and community centre with shop. I'll go into that in a minute, but this is the one I defeated. They're coming back again with what is known as Pester Power, and Pester Power is this. I'll let Homer Simpson explain what Pester Power is.
Will you take us to Mount Splashmore?
No.
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 Mount Splashmore?
No.
Mount Splashmore?
No.
Will you take us to Mount Splashmore?
No.
Will you take us to Mount
No.
Splashmore? Will you take us to
No.
Mount Splashmore?
If I take you, will you two shut up and quit bugging me?
Yeah, of course. Well, will you take us to Mount Splashmore?
Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay, that is Pester Power. This application back in October, the previous one, got an emphatic refusal. Let me just show you the decision notice. There were 4 grounds for refusal, and they basically, you see them there, 1, 2, 3, 4. They effectively amounted to the fact that there would be a loss of a shop, harm to air quality, harm to highway safety, and it wouldn't comply with parking standards. It was an emphatic refusal, and I'd like to say well done to Rachel Duncan. She was the council planning officer who refused it. She made a decision. I thoroughly approve, and I hope my approval doesn't end her career. Anyway, so they've come back, and what they're now saying is that this application should be granted because they've made changes, and the changes they have made are twofold. Firstly, 63 square metres of the premises will be devoted to a shop. They don't say what the shop will be for. I'm guessing it will be selling books, and they're also saying they're going to provide 4 cycle spaces. Again, no parking spaces, 4 cycle spaces. And when did you last see a Muslim on a bike? As a planning nerd, what I find funny about their application is from their design and access statement. That's a statement that has to accompany every application. When they talk about consultations, what consultations have been had with local authorities? Previous planning refusal dated 25th of October 2021. So we got told to get stuffed and go away a couple of months ago. Those were our consultations. What other consultations have been had regarding the site? None. What were the outcomes of these consultations? Retail use and cycle parking would assist the proposal. No, they didn't say retail use and cycle parking would assist the proposal. They told you to go away and get stuffed. Those changes to the application, they are completely inadequate to overcome the previous reasons for refusal. They don't even pretend to deal with 2 of those 4 refusal reasons, which relate to air quality and highway safety. And the council should stand firm in the face of repeat applications. They should resist that pressure. If you know anyone in or near Bedford, please let them know about this application. If you objected last time, you need to object all over again. Otherwise it won't get counted, and the mosque outfit's Pester Power will work. Okay, now the next application, that is in Harrogate. I want to show you a little bit about that application here. There, conversion of vacant former Home Guards Club to place of worship, use class F1, 4 Bedford Road in Harrogate. If you help to save one place this year, then help to save this one. I've developed a pretty strong stomach doing what I do, but occasionally some small thing gets under my skin, and this application, this is one of them. I want to go to a website called Save Britain's Heritage in order to tell you a little bit about the application. Okay, so Save Britain's Heritage, good organisation, a non-state conservation organisation. You can read the detail of the application on this article, but basically the building, it started out as a cottage hospital in Harrogate when healthcare was in short supply and expensive. Later on in the Victorian era it became Harrogate's Masonic Hall for quite a long time, and then in 1945 it became the former Home Guard Club. That is Home Guard as in Captain Mannering, Corporal Jones and Sergeant Wilson and Private Pike. And the plaque on the wall names it the 5th West Riding Battalion Home Guard Old Comrades Association and Club. That is beautiful. Old comrades acquiring this place in 45. I speculate the war is over and they wanted to continue the bonds of loyalty and devotion to us, that's you and me, that they formed during that threat of invasion. I speculate that they wanted to keep that devotion alive for our sake as well as for their own sake over the occasional quiet drink because they realise its value. And incidentally, I hope this too squashes the dumb emails I keep getting from people about planting pig carcasses on mosque application sites. No, wrong answer. That won't work. I have no sympathy for people who get prosecuted for demeaning themselves in such a pointless way. In a war situation, someone who broke rank so self-indulgently would have got flogged. Stopping mosques takes work, expertise, self-discipline and determination. So anyway, back to the Home Guard. My granddad was in the Home Guard. He was in a commando squad of the Home Guard, effectively a suicide squad. And I'm told he spent the World War II with a row of hand grenades across the piano, and that my mum was told she'd get a smack if she touched them, and she didn't touch them. And so I reckon I can say that the 5th West Riding Home Guard Battalion, who formed these bonds, standing up against invasion, I think they would be disgusted to see their clubhouse surrendered so tamely to a different invasion. And the reason I know that is because that's what people of that generation say whenever they're asked, which is one reason why they're never asked. And the evidence is abundant. One source of the evidence is a Kindle book that I recommend. I'd like to show you it here. It's called The Unknown Warriors. There, The Unknown Warriors by Nicholas Pringle. What he did was in 2006 he put an advert in regional newspapers across the country asking former World War II servicemen what their opinions are of the country today and how you have found life since the end of the war. And the replies were plentiful and unambiguous. That would actually flatter things that are plentiful and unambiguous. Pretty much every one of those gentlemen gave immigration as a cause of profound regret. Most of them saying, or a lot of them saying, it was the sole cause of their regret. And about half of them, I would say, roughly half, maybe about 40%, saying that immigration caused them to regret having fought in World War II at all. That's quite something to say. Now, I want to show you a little bit of those, of what they said. Now, this one, I picked these passages more or less at random. I could have chosen far worse. These were just the first ones that jumped off the page to me. Regarding the way my country has turned out, I have never felt so disappointed or out of tune with society as I am now. The do-gooders have a lot to answer for. Political correctness, lack of discipline, compensation madness, uncontrolled immigration, police burdened with paperwork, etc. This is the depth to which society has sunk. It was obvious 30 years or more ago what was going to happen and was predictable. That's a reference to Enoch Powell, I reckon. I have often said that in many respects I am glad I'm 85 and not 18. So much of what Enoch Powell said has proved right. Unfortunately, I think there is worse to come. This is not the country I fought for. If I were younger, I think I would seriously consider emigrating. Sad, isn't it? Okay, now let me go over to the next one. My opinion of the country, sadly, is not the same and has lost its culture, character and social cohesion, without doubt due to uncontrolled immigration of different ethnic groups, religions and cultures, and we are no longer a powerful nation when we all benefited from our close ties to each other, all on the same side. We had discipline, no drugs or violence. So let me now go to the next one. There's a couple of clicks away. There we are. To sum it up, I am disgusted with everything since the war, and knowing all this would never have fought for my country. What I think of young ... I can't describe. Immigration is out of control. I think we know what he's referring to with all the dots there. He just doesn't dare say what he thinks. Right, now the next one. My candid opinion of this country today, especially my locality, I just dare not put into words. I think we know why that is. I'm still in touch with a couple of comrades who, like me, think the country is not for us. Was it worth fighting for? I say it's a pity a certain Central European leader who was in power in the 1930s and 40s did not get here with the state of the country today. Send them all back with half our current government. Okay, I think we know what he's referring to there. Now, it seems to me that if we let this simple, stylish and genuinely historic building fall to the enemy, then what it says to those old fellas, or more accurately to their ghosts, is yes, you are right, you were fools to fight, and we're not going to do a damn thing about it. Now, are you sure you want to say that? Because if you do, you're going to find it very hard work rowing back from the degradation of saying something as low as that. Now, back to the building itself, I want to let Save Britain's Heritage say something about this site. Okay, there you are. The building is opposite the circa 1868 Gothic style Grade 2 listed Rogers Arms houses. Let me go to those on Google Earth. There you are. Let me just zoom in. That's Harrogate. Okay, if I zoom in, that's the site there, just south of, there's the Harrogate railway station just there, and that's the site there. Let me zoom in, you see it on the corner. I'll get the little yellow man and dump him in the street there. That's the building. That's the Old Home Guards Club. Lovely, simple, stylish, unpretentious, lots of history. Now I'll go up the road to the former, right next door you have the former almshouses. Look at that. Grand but not grandiose, lasting beauty. We don't seem to build things of lasting beauty these days because we don't seem to value things of lasting beauty these days. That was built to last and has lasted. And right opposite, what have you got? Yes, a primary school. Another mosque application right next door to a primary school. Why do I keep seeing that? Now that, so far as I know, that school is not a listed building, but just look at just how nice it is, how simple, how balanced, the sense of completion, the sense of proportion. That building is in itself an instruction to the children. If that former Home Guards club turns into a mosque, where are they all going to be tempted to park? Okay, back to the Save Britain's Heritage site. It sits within Harrogate Town Centre Conservation Area. That's an area where the council have to consider preserving and enhancing the character and appearance of the area, and is considered a non-designated heritage asset. So this building here, the former Home Guard site, that is not a listed building, but it is identified as a heritage asset. With its current location and characterful features, it is crying out for a new owner to undertake sensitive conversion. Sensitive conversion. That is an ironic term. Sensitive conversion. The religion of Islam is not famed for its sensitive conversions. I have been made victorious through terror. Do you know who said that, boys and girls? Yes, go and read the Hadith al-Bukhari. Or go and read verse 8.39 of the Quran. And fight the unbeliever until there is no mischief and until religion, all of it is for Allah. So again, can you guess who said that? I think we can say that you are not going to get sensitive conversion from the religion of Islam. That may be irrelevant because ultimately this is not about hostility to Muslims or to BLM people or to anyone else. It is about our living on as a people, as the oldest nation state on earth, as we have the right and duty to do. And this is why I prefer to be thought of as a nationalist rather than a patriot. I am not concerned with denigrating any group, anyone. I don't care if other people are better or worse than us in any way. What I care about is that their presence here in any number is incompatible with us, the English, living on as English. And the Old Home Guards Club, that is one small, quite heartwarming assertion of that sense of living on. That's the heritage of ordinary men who had been prepared to give their lives, and they formed these bonds of loyalty which they were then prepared to spend time and money to sustain. It seems to me to be a small price to pay, a small recompense to do our bit to make sure this place isn't lost. So please help. Thank you.